Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for the first time in almost 2 months to the Racers Driving League for Season 13. I am back on the comms for this league, and I'm so very excited to get underway. We're here for round number 7 of the championship, the Monaco Grand Prix, and it should be a very exciting one indeed. We've got the first few cars now coming out for qualifying. Of course, it's my first time back in the game, back in the league. Now that cross-players enabled, I can go back to doing this league on Monday nights, so look forward to that. We've got our first cars already out on the racetrack. The first of which is PJ Khaled in the Haas this season. I would like to say congratulations to him for this being his 100th race in the Racers Driving League. So well done to him for making it that far. And here's to 100 more. He's the first one out on the racetrack here. It's as our usual night race in Monaco. The street's looking very nice at this time in the evening. And hopefully there won't be too much carnage. We've got 18 cars tonight, so a couple of cars short of a full grid. A few slices short of a loaf, but hopefully we'll still get a very interesting race. So we're waiting now for the first cars to make their way round to start to begin their qualifying lap. We get our usual 18-minute qualifying session. It should be very enjoyable to watch, very exciting indeed. So if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to get all the RDL action over the course of the rest of season 13 and just for my videos myself, so because I'm making some cool stuff, I believe, and I hope you guys will see that as well. Right, so here we go. PJ Khaled for the final corner now to begin the first lap. I'll take you on a lap of the Circuit de Monaco. So over the line and now towards turn 1, that very quick coming at you first corner, right over the curb there, being careful not to invalidate from that first corner. I've done it myself countless times in the past, up the hill, and a man making his way towards the next corner on the track, the left-hander. Very nice and smooth, keeping over to the left-hand side, going right back into the right on the inside for that last turn, and now back in for the right, 18.7, sorry, the first sector, and now down into the iconic lows hairpin, one of the slowest corners on the calendar. I'm making all kinds of mistakes over the course of this lap. Making his way now down towards the tunnel. This is arguably taken flat out the fastest part of the circuit, discounting perhaps the main straight, up to 170 miles an hour, gear 7 as he charges down into the chicane. He's got to be very careful to re-brake on that one. PJ's done brilliantly there, making his way through, and now coming towards the second sector split. Let's see what he gets. It's a 52.6, not too bad at all. And now in towards round the swimming pool section, being very careful not to validate. He's hit the wall slightly there, but he's gotten away with it. And now into the last corner, slowing the game through Raskas, and now around the final corner and back towards the finish line to complete the first lap of qualifying. And this lap from PJ Khaled is a 1 minute 11.3, so very good time for everyone else behind him to try and beat. Lucky Lambert's making himself the last corner towards the line in the Alfa Romeo. Let's see what he gets. 1 minute 12.5, not the best of laps. And there goes Ericsson in the Aston Martin just behind, who sets the new fastest lap. 1 minute 10.4, so a full half a second in front of Ericsson. Sorry, no, that's Landlord who set that, the championship leader who set that. And now BJ in the AlphaTauri on top. So brilliant stuff there. Pole position being taken from 3 different drivers in a number of moments, and within that, Fergus managed to take away. He was in 4th, but now Prolol, one of the few Steam players in this lobby, in 3rd place. And Alvar's already been disqualified. Nothing's changed there, unfortunately. He's parked in a dangerous location, which I'm not sure where he parked, but he's been disqualified for it. So we're starting dead last for the race. Definitely not the best of starts to his evening. And I can see him typing in the Discord chat. I don't think he's very happy with me for saying that. Right, moving on regardless. Apologies to him there. So BJ now on top to start this one off. Landlord in 2nd place and Che Oliver in 3rd place. Alvar telling me that's lovely, so he's clearly very pleased with what I've just said about him. I'm sure he understands that it's just so. Curtis Shepard has retired from the session in the Mercedes. I'm not sure where he's gone. Again, one of the 3, I believe, Steam players. Che Oliver has the EA icon next to him, so I'm not sure if he's on Steam or if he's on perhaps Origin. I'm not entirely sure. Or maybe he might be on PlayStation. I have to ask him about that. Regardless, though, he's up into 3rd place, though. He's half a second off of BJ's top time. He's coming back to the pit lane now. So 11 drivers when we set their times. BJ and C110P fan, the other AlphaTauri, the combination there. C110P fan is just is 2 seconds up already on his from sector 1. We'll have to see how much he improves that by when we get to the end of sector number 2. He's 3.3 seconds up. That's brilliant. Coming now towards the last couple of corners and towards the end of the lap, we have to see what he can pull out the bag here to the final corner. I think it won't be the pole time, but it'll be very mightily close over the line. 1 minute 11.2, so that is up to 6th place, sandwiched between the two Aston Martins. So good stuff from him so far, but he's yet to, he can't quite catch his teammate. Of course, in terms of catch people want to be trying to catch Salve Landlord, who's currently in the lead of the championship. He took the victory last time out in Spain after, in terms of the Alpines, Salve Blaze and Salve Landlord are both in the Alpines this season. Of course, the two title contenders, two title rivals from last season, gave us a compelling championship battle in Season 12. And now here they are in the same team going at it again. But once again, it's Landlord who has the upper hand to start things off in these first 6 rounds. He won last week's race while Blaze retired at, not sure when in the race, but he was the first to retire according to the race review in the Discord server. So he's so he'll be hoping to try and potentially hit back at the championship leader tonight. He's on his out lap. He's not on his out lap. He's coming through sector number 2 now. He set a purple sector there, although I believe that applies to all of the teams at this, or applies to everyone on their laps. So we're down to 16 cars left in qualifying. Got 11.5 minutes to go. It's still BJ on top. Let's see what Blaze can do here down towards the chicane. Braking nice and late. Oh, going over the curve a little bit there, but getting away with it. Good stuff. Into the left. Over the split, it's 51.6. Will that be enough to potentially top Landlord's 1 minute 10.4? Into the last couple of corners now and back towards the line out of Ruskas, and now with that last turn and towards the line, well up to the right hand side of the racetrack. He could potentially get provisional pole here, and he does get provisional pole. 1 minute 9.6, and that's a brilliant lap in comparison to BJ's. He's now about full half second up. These laps dropping like flies here very early on. Well, about the midpoint of this session now as JB now in the Mercedes starts his first lap of the session. I saw some sparks flying just in front, and that may have been the Ferrari of Websy there, who's in the Ferrari this season. He's currently on his, I believe this is his second lap, if I'm not mistaken. He's backing off though to allow JB through. That's very sportsmanlike. As is the Aston Martin just in front. Not quite sure as to who that is. And that's Ericsson, by the looks of things. So Blaze now on top then. BJ and Landlord now both on outlaps to try and get themselves going again. BJ's about to cross the line here to start his next run. Here he goes, right on board with him. The time for him to beat is a 1 minute 9.6, which is a full half second faster than his previous effort. We've reached the 10 minute to go mark in this qualifying session. It looks like we've got C1 Team P fan just in front who's getting himself away. Because of course he's on that outlap. C1 Team P fan's on the outlap, so he's allowed BJ through, so that's very good between teammates there. It's always good to have that mutual respect there between the two. And he's brought out the yellow flag as a result. He's managed to get the car going again with the looks of things though. No one around him. So he shouldn't get disqualified like Alvar did it. I'm not sure as to how Alvar retired, but from where I was looking at it, I came in a bit late, but he was parked in a safe location with looks of things. I'm not sure if he was parked, to be fair. So this might just be another case of the game just doing its thing. BJ now making his way through the last sector and towards the line. It's going to be very, very tight here. Does he have enough to overhaul Blaze in the Alpine and get himself out of that Alpine sandwich and back onto provisional pole? He's coming towards the line. He's not going to have to do it. He's going to improve on his times. He's now a full 4 tenths in front of Landlord. He's making his way through. However, he's a second down out the first sector, so I think he's going to wait to go again. So BJ and Blaze on the front row as it stands. Landlord 2.3 seconds down there. Shea Oliver is 10th up in sector 1. Good stuff from the McLaren man so far. There's Prolol, the other team player, making his way through into the tunnel. Just a couple cars in front, a couple corners in front of Oliver. And that was, I believe that was Tinky Winky who's moved over there for Oliver, just in the tunnel, which is nice. Prolol now making his way into the second sector split. He's 3.4 down. Let's see how Oliver's looking. He's just under 3 tenths up. So that's brilliant there. Around the swimming pool he goes. Oh, he's hit the wall there. That might hamper his lap by a tenth or two. He may lose that time that he's gained in these first 2 sectors as he rounds the last corner and towards the line now. Let's see what he gets. He stays in P4. He improves. He lost about a tenth or so when he hit the wall there, but he stays P4. Ericsson then the Aston Martin, currently in 5th place it stands. He's just leaving the tunnel now. Doing very well so far, especially in contrast to Aston Martin's real life F1 season. Things aren't going very well for them. But Ericsson is going against that, and Tinky Winky down there in 12th place. He's got a bit of work to do. Hopefully for him he'll be able to make us up. He's just dropped down to P13 as I believe Pope's just gone over the line. He went 7/10 up on his previous effort. He now puts himself on the outside of the 4th row alongside Websy. Yeah, good session for everyone so far. We've got 7 minutes to go at this stage. Sally Blaze is on another lap. I've just missed his Sector 1 split, unfortunately. There's Courtney Goblin about to start his lap. And that's a shock because I've been trying to remember the last few minutes who it was that I forever used to rant on about for not setting laps during qualifying. Was it someone else? Let me know in the chat. Was that Courtney Goblin? Because it's been 2 months at this stage and I've forgotten completely who I used to rag on and who I didn't. So someone can let me know down in the chat, would be appreciated. Blaze making his way to the last sector now. He's at a purple sector, so that's good. That can mean he only improves on his time. However, I did see him go over the chicane a little bit. So he might have to be careful here. Will he be setting provisional pole again? He does! But now he's 6/10 in front. He's gained about a 10.5 there. So Blaze on provisional pole improves his time. That's brilliant. That's all he needs to do at this stage. And I reckon at this point he can just sit back and relax and watch everyone else try and match him. BJ, Landlord, Oliver, all in the pit. Prolol, about to make his way through. I'm assuming he'll put a pit this time. Bolt on a fresh set of soft, got one more last run. And there's Landlord now on his outlap. Qualifying, of course, especially crucial in Monaco. He'll be hoping to get himself a bit further up the order. He won Monaco last season. He'll be hoping for more of the same tonight. Yellow flag, sector 1, that's one of the McLarens going slowly. And that's Fergus in McLaren this season. For some reason not shifting through down that last straight. Stayed in gear 2 there. Got the Goblins invalidated his lap, which is unfortunate for him. Only Touch Me Pope is currently on a lap as it stands. He's 10.5 down now out of sector 2. He's just behind one of the Alpines. Coming into the pits. Landlord now starting his lap. The reigning champion here. No longer with AlphaTauri, now with Alpine. He'll be hoping to get himself a win at Monaco once again, regardless of which team he's driving for. He's backed off a little bit there. That will definitely cost him time. He's a second down. He may have given in on this lap. It's BJ. Will he make his way out the pits? He's still in his pit box now, just waiting at them for the minute. Blaze is safe, I reckon, at this point. He could potentially stay in the pits and hold on to pole position. He's just that far in front. BJ or Landlord will need a mega lap in order to stop him. I mean, Landlord's a second behind. That can't be a good sign going into the race. Oliver improved a little bit more by the looks of things. Although that might have been his last lap though, so I'm not sure. Ran himself a little bit close to the wall during that left-hander there. And there's the Red Bull. The Prolo letting him through. Once again, very sportsmanlike. I do appreciate that. It definitely goes unnoticed still at the time. Sportsmanship in league racing is always appreciated by everyone. Landlord now back into the pits. So Oliver, the highest car up in the order, on a lap at the moment. Fergus also on a lap, as is JB. Fergus is coming through the last corner now. He is a 10th up. As he comes towards the line. He goes 7th fastest. Good lap. And next to come across the line will be Oliver. However, he's coming to the pits. So we'll go down now to JB. He's about to finish his lap. He's also a 10th up. Oh, he's hit the wall there. He may have lost that time in the process. His best lap, 1 minute 11.272. Can he improve on that? He does, but only slightly, so it's not enough to move him up into the top 10. Just under 3 minutes to go now. Everyone will be going out for their last run to this stage. Who's next round for a lap? Got a lot of cars in the pits here. Here comes Webber to start his next lap. And what could be one of his last laps of the session. End of sector 1, 2 seconds down. Not good for Websy here. He's currently 8th. He's got a bit of work to do. However, I doubt he'll get much more of this lap. And JB's retired in the pit lane. So he's calling it there. 13th will be the highest he can start for the race. Prolol. Over the line. Doesn't improve. 10 seconds down. He's no doubt backed off. One moment, sorry about that. So Prolol 5th, coming towards the final minute of qualifying. He's just about up in sector 1. Ericsson's retired as well. He's calling it a day. Landlord starting his last lap. Blaze and BJ will both make it round. Well, they should make it round at least. BJ now starting his lap. Oh, it looks like Fergus has stopped on the racetrack. Oh, he spun it at turn 1 by the looks of things. He's lost his end plate. And that is not good. And so most likely I don't think he'll make it round for a last run. Which is unfortunate for him. 8th on the grid isn't too bad for Monaco, so he should be in for a decent chance of the race. Last couple of seconds in qualifying now. Last opportunity. Only Fergus is the other driver who's not on the lap. At least in terms of, yeah, in terms of the drivers who are still in the session. And the checkered flag now falling. Let's see who's the first to come round to the line. That's PJ Khaled, who's a quarter of a second up. Over the line, goes 8th fastest, knocking Fergus and Ericsson down. Next car through is Websy. He was down in sector 2. Can he improve? He doesn't. Landlord goes 4th. He was beaten by a C110P fan there on his last lap. That's completely gone noticed me. Pope's in 2nd place now. I've been missing things left, right and centre here. And BJ's now gone 3rd. Che Oliver retires in the pit lane. A couple more cars to go. Tinky Winky's invalidated. Blaze is in a league of his own as it stands. Pope's pulling over. Blaze is... Ooh! Loses it into the last corner. Well, it's looking more or less like Blaze has got pole. Oh, excuse me. That is my controller. Alright, so that's looking at the end of the session then. So it's Blaze has got pole. Pope's in 2nd place as it stands. BJ 3rd. Landlord 4th and Fan in 5th for the race. So that'll be it for qualifying for the moment. And we shall join you shortly once again for the start of the race.
we go then, the formation lap is underway and the track temperature looks warm. That may or may not play into some of the team's hands in today's race. So as all the cars reform the grids, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points.
Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for the start of the Monaco Grand Prix in the Races Driving League Season 3 Round 7. Sorry I was back for I took a bit too long, but I'm back now and we're ready to go for the start. So apologies for the brief intermission at the end of qualifying. So here we go now, getting ready for the start of the race. It's going to hopefully be a very, very exciting one. Make sure to stick around for it. We're going to 5 red lights in just a moment as the last few cars line up at the back of the grid for the start of the race. 39 laps around the historic Circuit de Monaco, virtually unchanged since its beginning, as we go down to 5 red lights for the Grand Prix. Lights out, foot to the floor, and let's go, 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 go. Good start from Selby Blaze on the run down towards turn number 1. Pope is left in the dust, down towards that first corner. Or Blaze is already on the way through it. Oh, brilliant start. Oh, there's contact in the back, and that is one of the AlphaTauri, and that C110P fan has caused a huge traffic jam at turn 1. Not the best of starts, not at all what he would have wanted to happen. Blaze away with the lead. JB's already out. Pope in second place. BJ third. Landlord in fourth. Phantom given a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Lucky Lambert. But JB already out. Chosen to retire it, and red flag, I'm being told. Unsure as to what that was. Okay, so unfortunately, yep, it looks like we'll be getting a race restart. So, once again, I'll have another intermission, and we'll be back shortly.
Anyone want to go again?
Hello everybody and welcome back once again to the Races Driving League Season 13 for round number 7 here, the Monaco Grand Prix. My return to the RDL. I'm very excited. Of course, we had a brief start there a couple of minutes ago, but unfortunately the red flag was flown, or it was thrown for the first time, I believe for the first time in RDL history. So that's that's a first, so always good to see. We are back now after that brief intermission, so thank you guys for waiting, and we're looking forward now to the second start of the Grand Prix. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, while I'm here, I'll update you guys on that. So it's Landlord who leads the way in the championship, 105 points to Salve Blaze 69. The pair of them both in the Alpine this season, kicking up their rivalry again from last season. C110P fan in third place with 64 points, and it's a couple more back to PJ Khaled in fourth, who's on 49 points. Khaled tonight in his 100th RDL race. Congratulations to him, and hopefully there'll be 100 more eventually coming one day. And in terms of the constructors' standings, Alpine lead the way by a dominant 89 points over AlphaTauri, last season's champions in second place, Alfa Romeo third, and Haas in fourth. So not much has changed there, to be entirely honest. Right, here we go then. A few more seconds before the start, the formation lap, and it's a broadcast formation lap tonight, and we'll be looking forward to what should be a very entertaining Grand Prix indeed.
The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out.
Thank you, Crofty, for that brief little interlude. And he'll probably speak again in just a moment because it's broadcast formation lap. Blaze leads him up the hill, Pope in second, BJ third, Landlord fourth, and C110P fan in fifth. Shea Oliver sixth, Prolol seventh, Khaled eighth, Ericsson ninth, and Fergus rounds out the top 10.
For the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best start they possibly can, and they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium, failing that, within the points.
And one last thing I need to mention, if Tinky Winky 77 wins the race tonight, I have been told that I need to do a rendition of Surfing Bird live on stream. So here's hoping that he does not win the race, and I do not have to sing. Because the last thing anyone wants to hear is me singing. Right, the car's lined up on the grid. I've now locked in that bet because I've said it live on the stream, so that's maybe a stupid decision from my part. He'll no doubt be holding it to me at the end of the race. So I'm kind of hoping now he doesn't win, so I don't want to sing. Last car's now lined up on the grid as we get set now for 5 red lights for the start of the Monaco Grand Prix, round number 7 of the championship in season 13 in the Races Driving League. Lights out, foot to the floor, and it's go, go, go. Decent getaway from Blaze. Once again, he skid a little bit there. Pope could come back at him though, but Blaze covers on the run down into turn number 1. Good run for everyone so far. Looks like there's no dramas behind. Blaze leads the way, Pope second, BJ third, Landlord fourth. Prolog's gained 2 places on the start. He's up to 5th place there. C110P fans lost 2 as a result. PJ Khaled being challenged by Fergus here. He's got a bit wide there. Fergus might see an opportunity to counter. No chance. The McLaren man stays but just behind. Yellow flag already, sector 1, and that is Paris T32 in the Red Bull, who's already lost his front wing from a collision with, I'm not quite sure who, but very unfortunate from there. He's got a bit of work to do. Contact between the Mercedes fair there. JB and Curtis Shepherd in the Mercedes car, so unfortunate for them. Needs to get themselves going once more. Blaze leads by almost a second now with Pope in second, and BJ now in third. Oh, sorry, it was always the third. Landlord in fourth. Oh, Landlord lost it for a moment there. Prolog's have gone the attack, if he can, in that Red Bull. He had a very good start. The best start in the pack. Curtis Shepherd also gained 2 places. But that brings him only up to 15th place from 17th on the grid. Blaze out the final corner here. He'll lead the first lap of this Monaco Grand Prix. 38 more to go, in which we hope to hold that lead. Pope in second, and he's very pulled away from the rest of the pack here. PJ Khaled now already into the pits. Has he got damage of some kind? We'll have to see. I'm assuming it'll be a front wing change. I don't see why he'll pit so early on, especially when he's on hard tyres. Yep, full front wing gone. The same situation for Paris T32, so I'm assuming those two may have been the two who made contact. Paris still waiting to be released. Yes, he is. And there goes PJ Khaled also out the pit lane as well. So not a good start to Khaled's 100th race in the league. He's got a bit of work to do here. He'll be hoping for a safety car from Khaled to get himself back up into the running. Right, so Blaze in the lead now by a second and a half over Pope, and BJ 2 seconds back from them in third. There's your predicted pit stop strategy, powered by AWS. Is that we're looking at either a 1-stop or a 2-stop here, depending on what size you start on. No one started on the soft tyres, so that bottom strategy is kind of useless. So we're looking like a 1-stop for the majority of cars this race. Anyone who's on mediums will switch into hards. Anyone on hards will switch into mediums. So fairly straightforward in terms of strategy. Landlord being challenged relentlessly by Prolol here, so make their way through the third sector. And keep an eye out because Chayolov is back there as well. C110P fan is in 7th. Fergus is further back in 8th. Ericsson 9th. And Tinky Winky, the other Aston Martin, ran out the top 10. Landlord into the pit lane now. And has he got damage as well? Yes, he's got end plate damage by the looks of things. He's lost an end plate. And this is bad news for the championship leader. With his championship rival in the lead by a second over the rest of the pack. And him now down in 16th place. There's a long way to go in this Grand Prix, but it is not looking good for Salve Landlord, who makes his way out of the pit lane, the reigning champion and current championship leader, back out onto the racetrack. Oh, and there Blaze hitting the wall himself. He's got away with it. Hasn't lost any part of his wing. Pope still giving chase. But those two have really pulled away from BJ in 3rd place. He's got an even bigger gap to Prolol, and now he's now in 4th, thanks to Landlord coming into the pits. That thing's already quite split up. And you get the feeling this race will be one of attrition. It'll be won by the ability just to keep the car on the track, avoid taking damage. It should be a fairly standard run-of-the-mill race if you can keep yourself out of trouble. Prolol doing well up there in 4th. He's making his way at the last corner and coming towards the line now. C110P fan is within DRS range of Che Oliver. I don't think he got DRS that time. He wasn't a second back in the detection zone. He's within a second now, so if he can hold that gap for the rest of the lap, then he should have a good chance. We'll see, he's closing in by a decent amount too. So very good stuff from him. Pope now 2 seconds back from Blaze. Fan dropping back. Keep my eye on this gap. Well, there's also half a second between JB and Curtis Shepherd, who made contact on the opening lap. Both of them got away without damage. And now Paris T32 in the pit once again. And he's lost his front wing again. This is not a good start to the race for Paris T32, who's now been left with a lot of work to do here. Most likely got a lap down. Out of his pit box now and back towards the racetrack. But it's looking like things are going to go very, very pear-shaped for his race, and they already have. Blaze begins lap 5. He's got a 2.2 second lead now. Fan over a second back. Ericsson will have DRS on Fergus as they charge down the main straight to be able to close that gap a little bit more. We'll have to keep an eye on the battle for 7th. Here's Alvar now into the pit lane as well. What is he in for? Is he also in for front wing damage? No, looks like it's just a routine stop. Stopping onto another set of medium tyres. So that's the first routine stop of the Grand Prix. Yellow flag, and that's one of the Red Bulls. That's Paris. Okay, that's Paris T32. Essentially avoiding the blue flags there by moving over for everybody. He's now a complete lap behind the race leader. Blaze doing an impeccable job so far as Pope gets hit with a 3-second time penalty, the first of the night, for multiple warnings. Yellow flag once again, and that is again Paris just waiting for those cars to go past. Blaze for the last corner. He's had a brilliant start to this Grand Prix. Could not have asked for any more. Curtis Shepherd now passing JB. We've missed it unfortunately, so apologies there, but brilliant. But what can only assume was a brilliant move. But JB's still in DRS range. He can come back and counter if he feels necessary, and if he can stay close enough. Lucky Lambert in the Alfa Romeo's got DRS in him too. Last season, with Haas, now with Alfa Romeo. JB weaving all over the track in an attempt to try and gain some more time, I assume. It's still about a second or so between Ericsson and Fergus. That battle seems to have maybe died down a little bit. Fergus staying in front. He's currently focusing on C110P fan in front. Not really worrying too much about what's going on behind. Alvar again in the pits. And that's for, now this time it's for a front wing change. And away he goes. Last season with Ferrari, now with Williams. Blaze once again into the final corner to complete lap number 6 of this Grand Prix. He's got don't advance. Let's see what else is going on throughout the pack. Tinky Winky's really fallen back from Ericsson here. He's 2.6 seconds behind. A few mistakes here. Ericsson may just be faster around the Monaco streets. He's doing very well so far to keep pace with Ferguson 7th. Keeps himself around 3/4 of a second behind as they make their way back up the hill. That's Paris T32 chasing JB into turn 1. Unfortunately, it does feel like his race has been now. So for all this, he's hit the wall there. Oh, there he goes, and that is for the third time damage to his front wing, and he'll have to pit once again for that. And there's Lucky Lambert just there behind him. Not a great race so far for Paris. Blaze still there in the lead. Oh, Fan losing it a little bit there, but just about. Wait, I'm confident he was just in DRS range, or maybe not. And Fergus now just behind, so a little train could be forming here. Ericsson is a little bit closer this time compared to last time around. This time he's starting about 3/4 of a second behind, but he's actually lost out here. Fergus got such a good toe on C110P Fan. He's managed to keep the car far in front of Ericsson. Paris now back to the pits. The front wing going on the car. It looks like Blaze and Pope, or just Blaze here, has caught Alvar already. Ericsson now closing in on Fergus. Now this could be a brilliant battle for the 6th spot. Fergus giving chase to Fan. Ericsson giving chase to Fergus. McLaren's dropped back here, so he'll be out of DRS range of this state. And Ericsson's right there, ready to pounce. He's gone a little bit wider through Rasgas. And now into the last corner. And back towards the line. This is where it gets interesting. He's using his ERS as well. I doubt he'll get the move done here. No chance, but he keeps the car well within range and still has a good chance. Up the hill now. Lap number 9 now this Monaco Grand Prix. It's still Blaze controlled now by 3.6 seconds over Pope in 2nd and BJ there in 3rd. Prolol a further 3 seconds back in 4th, and it's Chael over 5th. C110P Fan still 6th, now battle raging on. With the battle for 6 kind of died down now, it's now a fight for 7th, and Ericsson's doing a brilliant job at holding on to right to the back of the Aston Martin, sorry, the McLaren machine. The Aston Martin, I should say, doing a very good job. Websy now he's up to 10th place, and he's now within striking distance with DRS of Tinky Winky, the other Aston Martin. So while one green car goes in the attack, the other won't be looking to defend in a couple of laps' time. It could be even earlier than that. It could be now, to be fair. Websy is really closing in. A couple of mistakes from Tinky Winky, and all of a sudden the Ferrari's in shooting distance. Now the last corner. Not getting anything. JB, oh, passing Curtis to the last corner, and he's got DRS as well. Weaving down the main straight to break the toe. Two Mercedes cars going at it early on in this Monaco Grand Prix. Curtis will be looking to fight back as soon as he can here. Yellow flag, sector 3, and that's Paris once again, who spun it this time. It's a shame he can't. He's gonna. For a second, I thought he was gonna start reversing into the pit lane. He's getting the car turned around. Not in anyone's way. He's got end plate damage. He's staying out of the pit lane. Won't be surprised if he calls the end of the race soon. JB gets hit with the second penalty of the night. 3 seconds, multiple warnings. I think I saw a car on the wall there. And Ferguson to the pits. Now, has he got damage? No, he doesn't. So this is the first... Wait, no, he's having a front wing change. Regardless, he's gone to hard tyres. They should try and get him to the end of the Grand Prix potentially. Maybe bolt on a set of softs at the end. Yellow flag, sector 2, and that is Paris. Again, just slowing up. Or, not sure if he is slowing up. He's lost his front wing. And this is the 4th time within, for him, the ninth lap of the race, that he has lost his front wing. I do begin to wonder how long he'll be able to go before he does eventually call it quits. If he tries to make the finish, and fair play to him. Prolol's out. He's lost it at the chicane block 6. Oh, that is a nasty looking crash. Has to be very wary to avoid that. Oh, and there goes the other. There's the other Red Bull. Both Red Bulls out in a matter of moments there at the chicane. And doesn't that be a safety car? Safety car on reduced on Monaco, I believe. So everyone will keep going, but the 2 Red Bulls out of the Grand Prix. It's a shame. A safety car would have really closed things back up. But I assume Subway Blaze won't be too happy. Things stay as they are. JB with that is now up into the points paying places. Landlord's up to 11th. He's on the chase here. The reigning champion trying to get himself back into the points in. He's doing it at a rate of knots. Those 2 retiring has definitely opened up the door for him. Prolol was in 4th. Paris in 18th. Alvar gets hit with the penalty now as well. He's the last running cars now in 16th. Landlord will be going hammer and tong with JB in order to try and get that place as quick as he can to avoid losing any time. He's looking at it. I thought he was going to go for it on the outside there. The Master of Monaco making his way through. Through the tunnel they come. Nothing into the chicane. And unlucky Lambert's out as well. And he's lost it in the same exact place for the looks of things. And if the Red Bull collision wasn't, or the Red Bull the 2 Red Bull cars retiring wasn't a safety car, I don't think this will be either. Blaze now clear of the chaos as he shows the way by 5.8 seconds now of Pope. JB, he's now been passed by Landos, who've missed that unfortunately, so apologies. But Landos now up into the points paying place. He's got 6 seconds to the next car in front of him. That's Courtney Goblin in the Ferrari. It's another 6 to Websy. There's a second behind Tinky Winky. It's a 3 to Ericsson. 3 to C1 Tim P fan. Who's just outside of the DRS toe of Che Oliver in 4th place, and it's BJ who's further 5 seconds in front, and it's 10 to Pope and Blaze. Or Pope is 6 behind. Almost 7 at this stage. Blaze is doing an exceptional job here. Not in a position where he can reclaim, where he can take the championship lead, but in a position where he can certainly minimise that gap that he lost in Spain last time out. Out the second sector and now around towards the swimming pool. Slight tap of the wall there, but he's nothing too major. He's gotten away with it, no issue. Out the last corner. Going towards the halfway stage now, this Grand Prix. It's been one man up front. Over there, multiple men in this train back here. Curtis Shepherd leads PJ Khaled, Fergus, or those three in particular. Alvar, I was about to say Alvar, but he's into the pits once again for another front wing change and a set of medium tyres this time around. Let's have a look how many stops in terms of those so far. Paris have made 3 stops before he retired. Alvar, that was his third there. Fergus has made 1. PJ Khaled's made 1. Landlord's made 1. But he's taking up good time. He's already 4.5 seconds behind. Excuse me. I'm hoping the Blaze can give some kind of can be given a challenge by someone. Khaled's got managed to get around to Curtis Shepherd, who will only have the toe and no DRS, but he might go for it anyway. Into turn 1. Oh, they come very close through the first corner. Curtis gets all out of shape. Fergus is to slam the brakes to avoid running into him. Fergus going to keep pace just behind Curtis. Oh, he's going to dive. He's looking to the inside. And that is very, very tight. Into the Lowe's hairpin. He's still down the outside. Might he try and switch back? He's going to go for it here. Oh, very nearly had it. Very nearly had his nose back inside. And that could have been a very, very nice overtake from Fergus. He's still all over the back of Curtis looking here. Into the chicane. Surely not. He's going late on the brakes. Has to go well around the outside. But it's got the power down and got the job done. That's a brilliant move from Fergus there. Curtis Shepherd loses 2 spots in the space of a lap. As Alvar gets hit with another penalty. The Aston Martin's still running incredibly well. Crucially for me, Tinky Winky in 7th place. Meaning that as it stands right now, I will not need to sing, which is especially important. I'm hoping the top 6 don't all bin it on the last lap. That would be especially infuriating. Blaze in control. He's come through to begin his 17th lap. He's got an 8-second advantage over Pope in 2nd place. He's doing a good job so far. BJ in 3rd place. Landlord now closing in to near enough to DRS range of the Ferrari in 9th place. That's Cockney Goblin. Ericsson into the pits for his first stop of the Grand Prix. Is there a front wing being prepared in there? Not that I can see. Routine stop. Hard tyres going on the car. He should be able to take those to the end of the race. Those things will definitely do 22 laps. No struggle at all. Landlord now puts him up to 9th. He had DRS on Goblin in the end. Or Cockney Goblin in the end. It's another 8 seconds, or just under 9 seconds to Websy. PJ Khaled also in the pit lane. This will be his 2nd stop of the race. I'm assuming this is the routine one. Actually, they've got a front wing in place. So that's the front wing change. Stay in 14th. Back out onto the racetrack. Not how he would have wanted his 100th race to go. And there's Pope just flying past. He makes his way into out turn 1. So Blaze there in control. He's nearing the halfway mark. Landlord within half a second now of Goblin. Cockney Goblin. I need to keep calling him by that name, or Cockney at least. Goblin sounds too evil. Regardless though, Landlord though into the last corner. He looked at it out of Raskas, chose not to. He'll be using the DRS and the battery to his advantage here. Will he go for it into turn 1? He looks to the outside. They're going to be dead even into the first corner. It's all a case of who breaks later, and it's Landlord who breaks later. He's got the move done around the outside. Now he begins chase on the other Ferrari for 7th place in the running order. But a brilliant move nonetheless for Landlord there. And he's already getting to work on closing that gap. This race now purely about damage limitation, with the race all but secure for Saturday Blaze. Halfway stage of the Grand Prix. He's just crossed the line to begin lap number 19. JB Racer coming out of the pits here after his first stop of the Grand Prix. And there goes Pope flying past there. They come out just in front of PJ Khaled. Pope flying away. Unable to catch Blaze here, but I'm sure, no doubt he's satisfied with how he's doing right now. In the event of a Blaze mistake, he should be able to capitalise. Ooh, that was close. I believe I remember Pope in another league taking, or either coming close to or taking a victory in Monaco, gaining in the late stages. So could we see that happening again here? That may have been in this league. I have to look back on that. Regardless though, he's still there in second place, 9 seconds back though. He's done nothing but lose time since the start. Websy right on the back of Tinky Winky's now in 5th, and Blaze enters the pits. Now the pit lane could be where races are won and lost. Does Pope also choose the pit? And he's away. Now Blaze will be hoping for no mistakes on his outlap. He won't be wanting to get held up by anyone. So those two so far in front that even BJ Van Leeuwen in 3rd place in that AlphaTauri can't catch. C110P fan now off into the pits. Onto a fresh set of hard tyres. Pope, who from what I remember is a master of tyre management. I've seen him take tyres an awfully long distance. Could he potentially try and take these tyres to around lap 29 and then settle for some softs to the end? It's unlikely that I could just be making that completely. I doubt whether he actually take that on. Regardless, if he does, then things could go awfully pear-shaped for Blaze. However, he is gaining rapidly here. Never mind. Pope up into the pits, and he should be bolting on a set of hard tyres to get to the end of the Grand Prix and see where I put on softs. Yep, and there go the white-walled hard tyres. He's been given work to do now. Has he gained time in the pits? BJ also in onto onto hard tyres. Pope back out onto the racetrack. And now he's even further behind. So he's really lost out. Tinky Winky now up to 3rd. And Websy in 4th. Those two yet to make their first stops. They've taken those cars 20 laps. It's been a brilliantly exciting race so far. I'm hoping this is as high as Tinky Winky goes. And Curtis Shepherd out. And where has he crashed it? Oh, that's a nasty shunt on the outside wall. And I shouldn't think that would be a safety car either. Green flag now back out once again. Blaze 12 seconds in front. He's got DRS off of the Haas of PJ Khaled. Okay, we'll have to move out the way regardless. We'll see a very interesting overtake. Khaled had no interest in holding up Blaze. Websy still there in 4th. Here is Landlord, who's closed in on BJ. Of course, has made his first stop of the race. Landlord. Yep, he comes into the pits. The plan will be mediums to the end, I have no doubt. Away he goes. Good stop from the Alpine team. But it's unfortunate for him because as he rejoins in now just outside the points in 11th place, his teammate continues to lead the way. His teammate and championship rival. And that gap in the championship could be closed in about 20 minutes time. Webster's still there in 4th, defending from BJ on those fresh tyres. Excuse me, Webster is chasing, apologies, and that is Alva back there. on the in the Williams on the medium tyres. When will Tinky Winky and Websy pit? They're going to have to at some point. And now, in comes the Aston Martin. Websy could try and take advantage in terms of strategy here. And maybe go an extra lap. Try and undercut potentially. Could it pay off? Tinky Winky away. Onto medium tyres. Websy now in third. BJ up to fourth again. And that'll be third when the Ferrari comes into the pits. Alvar was looking around there, trying to find an opening past Websy, I believe. Blaze with a huge advantage now, even bigger than it was at the end of the first stint. 13.7 now. And Websy a further 14 behind. Blaze sets the fastest lap on those hard tyres. That'll be an extra point for him in the championship. Pope has that 3-second penalty as well. That shouldn't have any effect on this stage. Sorry, the penalties won't have any effect on the final finishing order. Websy now finally into the pit lane. Front wing change, and that could slow things down. Tinky Winky could come out in front, potentially. Connie Goblin into the pits. Ferrari choosing to double stack, and he's just managed to pay off in time. He had to stop briefly. Oh, no, wait for the tyres to be brought in. And there we go, he's lost a crucial couple of seconds there. That could be the difference between points and not points. Tinky Winky now far in front of Websy. And that extra lap has really cost him now. In case of both Ferraris, a double stack has cost Cottony Goblin. Pope with another 3 seconds to his name. BJ's now free to chase after him. And BJ Khaled now also with a penalty. Tailor now just 2.4 seconds behind BJ. He can start closing in and things might get entertaining for that final podium place. Both of them have come into the pits. We've got 5 drivers on medium tyres. The majority of them on hards. 9 cars on hard tyres, including all of the top 6. And Fergus, JB and Khaled, all on hard tyres. Tinky Winky, Landlord, Websy, Cottony and Alvar, all on mediums. Yellow flag, sector 2, and that is one of the Mercedes, and that's JB, who has got no damage. He's got away with it just about, by the looks of things. And now Landlord's chase continues. He's a second behind Tinky Winky as they charge back to turn 1. Back up the hill. Lap 25 of this Grand Prix. And 2 Alpines definitely in different situations. One is focused on controlling the pace out front. The other one is focusing on reeling him back in. It's unlikely, bordering potentially impossible that that we see landed on the podium. There's still time left. It could happen theoretically, but he's got a lot of work to do. As Pope into the pits. And is that potential damage? Could that be handing? It's a front wing change. Could that be handing second place to BJ? Soft tyres now for Pope. And this could be where things get very, very tasty. BJ down the main straight. He's up into second place. Blaze with an even bigger lead than before. He's got 36 seconds. Che Oliver now up onto the podium. Pope now on soft tyres with that penalty to his name, but now with it all to do to get back onto the podium. Second place, definitely I reckon still within his grasp on those softs. But he's only got 14 more laps to do it. Landlord's chase continuing. Still right there on the back of the Aston Martin. Nothing for the minute. He really struggled in that at the start of the second sector there. C110 PFAB with a penalty for corner cutting. And that will move Tinky and Landlord in front of him in the final order. If things stay how they are. Let's have a look at the penalties here. So the now is 6 seconds. I completely forgot. I thought he only had 3. But no, he's got 6, and that makes his job a whole lot harder, but he's already on the back of Che Oliver. Look at him, look at the toe he gets up the hill. Will he go for a move similar to how Fergus did earlier? Nope. Smarter than that, he's waiting, biding his time, waiting for the opportunity to pass. A really good toe now as they charge towards chicane. He's already got his nose in. Chelo will have no room choice but to give him space and to cede the position this time. To Pope, who's now in 3rd place, albeit still technically 4th with those 6 seconds. At this rate, he'll have to put himself about 3 seconds clear of BJ in order to... Oh, he's hit the wall there. He's gotten away with it just about. Chelova's got DRS, he'll stay right with him here. Pope's got to make up time everywhere else on the track, apart from that main straight where he can't gain anything. He's already put the McLaren out of DRS range. Pope is quick, make no doubt about it. Make no question of it, sorry. But Blaze is faster. He's coming through to begin what will be the final 11 laps of this Monaco Grand Prix. He's driven a dominant race. His teammates still struggling with Tinky Winky, and C110P fan now there in 6th. So when Landlord gets through one, we'll be able to get through another as well. Pope, the former champion, still there giving chase to BJ, he's just a second behind him now. The AlphaTauri we know are happy to move on with a 2nd place finish. Pope's disconnected now, and that could make things a whole lot more difficult for him. Regular, I'd invite him back, but I'm unable to due to crossplay. I have him added as a friend, unfortunately, so I had to hopefully rejoin some other way. AI though, still keeping pace with BJ. If anything, he's closing in. Oliver almost out of that 3 second range, but he needs to get 3 more after that. Blaze now the 41 second advantage as he crosses the line to begin lap number 30, just as he reaches the final 10 laps of this Monaco Grand Prix. He's driven a flawless race. As of right now, I can't think of anyone more deserving to win the race than as it stands. C110P fan still leading that 3-car train. Landlord still struggling to get around Tinky Winky. Look at the Aston Martin looking around, trying to find an opening. DRS now deployed. He's using what's left of his battery. Landlord not using his yet. He's waiting for a better chance. And now, Blaze with the penalty. It shouldn't have much effect. And also Tinky Winky with the penalty. Touch Pope now rejoined. Hasn't lost out too much. And now he's got work to do still. He's got to get himself 6 seconds in front of BJ and not get any more penalties in order to stand a chance in these late stages. And now both the cars in front of Landlord have penalties, which must be frustrating. He's stuck there behind them. Oh, and there goes Tinky Winky. And there he goes. Front wing gone. alongside any chances of me singing Surfing Bird at the end of the stream. In a way, I'm half delighted, but yet half saddened to see the Aston Martin driving such a good race with no front wing on the car. And now, it's looking like he won't even finish in the points. There's Blaze there, being just behind him. Oh, and there he goes. Tinky Winky off the track and out of the session. Down to just 13 runners now. A late safety car really changed things, but I doubt we'll get one. Eight more laps to go for Blaze. Hope still right there, half a second behind BJ. And Landlord only has C110P fan this site. Another place gained for the Alpine driver amidst the chaos of Tinky Winky's retirement. The recovery drive he's doing a good job at this stage. However, I doubt he can get much more than 5th place. Second place no longer in his grasp. Alvaro that now has 14 seconds to his name. No mistakes can be made from BJ here. Yellow flag, sector 2. That's one of the Ferraris. Look at Pope looking around, trying to find any sort of gap he can. Look at him, he's right from the back of the Alpha Tower here. He's using his battery. But BJ has so much more of his. Pope has that DRS though, can out break into turn 1, no chance. Up the Monaco streets once again on lap number 32. It's a titanic battle between two brilliant drivers here for second place. Right now, BJ pulling off the defensive masterclass. Pope darting from side to side, trying to find some kind of angle, but there isn't any. Street's just too narrow as Cockney Goblin now passes Websy. He's in the pit lane after I believe it was a wing change. He's just inside the points. It looks like the points places in terms of who's going to be finishing within them. That top 10 are just about made up, short of another retirement. Down to just 13 cars in this Grand Prix, with just 6.5 laps to go. Pope all over BJ there, a 10th behind. And Fan with another penalty. Oh, and there goes BJ there. So there goes Pope, sorry. And his front wing is gone. And the mission to finish back in second place is over. Very unfortunate for Pope there. Into the pit lane. Ericsson out to 4th. Che Oliver on the podium now. And Landon up into 5th place as he's got past Fan. Things are falling very nicely into place for Salve Landlord. And Blaze, well, he'll be happy with taking the victory. No doubt will be unhappy with the fact that Landlord's managed to claw his way all the way back. And Blaze will be confused now as to why Pope is appearing alongside him. There's a whole lap behind he is now. After running in second place the majority of the way. BJ now has no concerns. In front from or behind. And we're hoping now to make it to the end of the race without any more drama. There's Che Oliver in the back there coming through the chicane. Nice and easy here. So looking to be a brilliant victory for Blaze. Unless something goes wrong in these final stages. He's letting Pope through. Unsure as to why he's doing that. If it was me, I'd be focusing on getting away again. And Pope with another penalty there. 9 seconds to his name. And that will put Cockney Goblin up into 8th place. C110P fans still within a second of Landlord. Trying to keep close. But that gap is opening by the minute. Ericsson now looking, potentially hoping that one of the cars in front of the top 3 will retire and open things up to give him a podium finish. Sherlock making his way past the stricken Haas on his left. That was PJ Callard, who now has no front wing. And I can tell this is not how he wanted his 100th Grand Prix in RDL to go. JB with a second time penalty. Landlord chasing him here. He's gained a 10th right there. Oh, and there goes Landlord. He spun the car. He's lost the place again. It shouldn't have any effect on his final result. But now he's got to get back around C110P fan if he wants a chance to take him fourth. Which is looking unlikely as it is. And Blaze also losing it very slightly there as well. Those hard tyres. Pope sets the fastest lap. Those hard tyres done 15 laps. In reality, they shouldn't really be falling off. Ferguson's hard tyres should be going off the cliff at this rate. They've done 24 laps. They've done over 2/3, or over half of the race. Not quite 2/3 just yet. In 2 laps time, they'll have done 2/3 of the Grand Prix. He's done a good job there in 7th place. Tinky Winky's disconnected. His left possession, sorry, because he retired a couple of laps ago at this stage. But Blaze there, we saw that brief mistake. BJ, we're praying to see another one. Landlord closing back in on fan again. A retirement from the Alpine now would do wonders for his teammate. A retirement from his teammate would do wonders for Landlord. And there's still only a few laps left to go. And not much more time left for anything more to happen. Looks like everyone would be safe with just following themselves home. Pope now closing in on Fergus, who we're looking to at least get 7th on track. So we'll be losing out on the penalties. He's trying to stay in front of Cockney Goblin, who's still there in 9th place. Landlord there, still in 6th place. Blaze on soft tyres now. He's going to the pits. I completely missed that. He's now on soft. You can see he's going for the fastest lap. He's trying to get that back off of Touch Me Pope. Got the Ferrari just behind him there. Yellow flag, and that's Pope, who's now out of the race. He's lost it at the chicane. At least on the exit, it's caught out. Multiple drivers today. Cullen and Alvar narrowly getting around it. And things have all fallen apart for Touch Me Pope, unfortunately. And that'll bring JB up into the points. We're down to 12 more cars now in this Grand Prix. Six tenths separating Landlord from Fan. Very unfortunate for Pope there, who was doing so well until about 5 or 6 laps ago. 2 more laps to go for Salve Blaze. Now there's only a 30-second advantage, and that'll be 3 seconds less at the end of the race. But he's now got the fastest lap in his sights. He's 4 tenths up on it. If it's me, I'd be just looking to bring the car home, but in the terms of the championship, he's got extra points to be gaining. He's going to gain them with Landlord on that recovery drive, and Landlord gets hit with the penalty now. He'd need another one in order for Fan to hold on to 5th place. Some point within these next 2 laps. Blaze now just over a lap away from victory here in Monaco. Look at the pace on the Alpine and those soft tyres. He's driven exceptionally all evening long. He round to the last corner to start that last lap. One of the Ferraris just in front of him there, over the line, and its fastest lap by a dominant margin. 1 minute 10.4, 7 tenths in front of an initial time. And now on the final lap of the race, with 26 points all but locked up on this last lap. Ericsson trying to close on Che Oliver. As it stands, he's 3 seconds behind. Hang on. We've got a problem here. Blaze may or may not have run out of fuel. And this is a huge twist in the tail all of a sudden. Xavier Blaze is now on low fuel mode. He should make it to the finish line, no problem. Yellow flag, and that is for the Alpine, who suddenly is struggling, but should be able to make it to the finish regardless. He's run the car out of fuel in the late stages. He's going to finish with the fuel in the red on low fuel mode to get to the end. It's going to be Xavier Blaze though, who comes through regardless of the late trouble to win the Monaco Grand Prix. Brilliant race from him all night long. And BJ now closing in a little bit more. It won't be enough. He's coming through to take second place. It's in a brilliant drive here for Xavier Blaze. BJ now coming through the final corner towards the line. Takes second place. Good night for him. He ran the podium place all night long. Similar to how Blaze left in turn 1 and wasn't stopped. Che Oliver takes advantage of the chaos from Pope and gets onto the podium. Ericsson came close but couldn't quite finish the chase. He comes home in 4th. It's 2 seconds between Landlord and Fan. Landlord will finish 5th and Pope in 6th. Fergus will beat Websy to the line. Just waiting on JB and Alvar. Sorry, it's Peter Cat, the last car to come through. It's Xavier Blaze then, who takes victory here in Monaco after a very impressive, dominant drive. Even running out of fuel didn't faze him. He is tonight's winner. Great racing then from everyone tonight. And there is your winner, Xavier Blaze, who comes through for a brilliant victory with the AlphaTauri of BJ and the McLaren of Che Oliver with him on the podium. Surely a fantastic race for all 3 of these drivers. They should be very proud of themselves for the evening. Ericsson, I'm being told, finished the race for the first time. Well, I'm assuming it's the first time this season. And this will really help Blaze close back some of those points in the championship to Landlord, which still leads the way after tonight. We'll have his teammate breathing down his neck once again for the next Grand Prix, which will be Azerbaijan next week on the 5th of September. So here are then your final results. Blaze wins the race, BJ in 2nd, Che Oliver 3rd, Ericsson 4th for Aston Martin, Landlord recovers to 5th in the end, just down on where he started, C110P Fan in 6th place, Ferguson 7th, Websy 8th, Cotley Goblin 9th, and JB takes the final point. And it's Alvar Peter Cal in 11th, came back, wasn't quite enough. Alvar 12th, Sassy Pope 13th, Tinky Winky 14th, meaning I don't have to sing, which is brilliant. Curtis Shepherd in 15th, Lucky Lambert 16th, Prolol 17th, and it's the other Red Bull of Paris 232, who retired a few laps in, or about 10 laps in 18th. So that is the end of tonight's coverage of the Monaco Grand Prix for round number 7 of season 13 of the Races Driving League. I'll be back next week for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Looking forward to it. Make sure to like, share and subscribe for all the audio action. Until then, we shall see you next time. Goodbye.